welcome to our special program Shikshak Parv Online Education. The pandemic has disrupted every sector worldwide and the education sector is no different. Traditional classroom teaching methods have disrupted, but the virtual world has come to rescue. So in the next 30 minutes, we'll take you through several online teaching platforms and also tell you what does the very important futuristic National Education Policy 2020 have in store for online education. So let's begin. The pandemic has seen online education distinctively grow and the numbers are constantly increasing. With educational institutions shut for over 4 months now and students taking to online learning, let's dive in and let's explore what are the e-learning platforms available. Education sector is the key determinant to a country's future, and therefore the government is leaving no stone unturned to provide education and continue the process of learning through digital platforms, which had come to a halt since 20th March 2020 in view of the pandemic. Focus is to encourage more and more schools take up to e-learning and complete the syllabus in time. Many institutions are also shooting videos of lectures and sending it to students. Online education through digital platforms has definitely caught up and is on its way to become the new normal.
अब तक इस लॉकडाउन के दौरान पढ़ाई में कोई कमी नहीं हुआ है। शुरू से अप्रैल से लेके पढ़ाई ऑनलाइन चल रहे हैं और इन दिनों में पेपर भी ऑनलाइन हम ले रहे हैं, फर्स्ट यूनिट टेस्ट। अभी तक कोई शिकायत नहीं है। जिनके पास मोबाइल्स नहीं हैं उनको भी हम मदद करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
I find various ways to make my class interactive. I ensure that my students feel motivated, comfortable during my lessons. And being a language teacher, I've always made my lessons enjoyable and interactive for my students. I plan to move slowly and steadily by various sort of activities during my lessons to make it more interactive class and interesting class.
As a teacher, though I faced a lot of hurdles at the beginning, but due to many user-friendly web platform, now online teaching has really become very interesting. The initiative taken by the government in the field of education during this pandemic situation is really praiseworthy.
डायरेक्टली ऑनलाइन क्लास में आके बच्चों को जैसे क्वेरीज होती है ग्रुप में वो डिस्कस करते हैं और हमें वहीं पे डायरेक्शन है या कोई भी कॉन्सेप्ट है डायरेक्टली एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ता है। अगर ऐसा नहीं कर पाएंगे तो बच्चों को फिर वो रट्टा की तरह से यूट्यूब पे बहुत सारे चैनल्स ऐसे चल रहे हैं कि आप उसी को देख के काम चला सकते हैं। लेकिन ऑनलाइन के दौर में भी टीचर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है फिजिकली बच्चों को समझाने के लिए।
My sons are in class 10. They would be taking their board exams next year. As a parent, I was worried about completion of their syllabus on time. Thanks to the Digital India initiative, many platforms are now available for online classes and schools are conducting live classes using these platforms.
It was necessary कि हमें हर चीज़ की knowledge हो. When we are showing them PPTs, videos, उनको homework send करना, उनका homework check करना, so we prepared ourselves. And the main challenge in online education, online teaching is to communicate the children without the help of body language.
Amidst all these, the Education Ministry has come up with several schemes and initiatives which helps education blend with technology. These include initiatives like Operation Digital Board, Diksha, E-Pathshala, Swayam and Swayam Prabha. Efforts are also being done to ensure quality education by digital means. Talking of different platforms by the government to provide digital education, Swayam is the most important.
Online classes are really doing good. Like we never thought that there will be a time when we will meet our teachers through online classes instead of meeting them daily. And but our teachers and our schools are really working hard. They send us PPTs which make us understand about each and every topic.
Our school decided to introduce us to online classes. Online classes were an efficient way to complete our syllabus before the exams. It was beneficial to us in many ways, like it was flexible for the student, it was cheap, and it was an interactive way for the student to deal with his doubts with the teacher.
Environment of school is lacking. The labs which we used to have, the classrooms, we all miss them. But this way of learning is also almost that way only. The teachers are making us understand through PPTs. They are working hard, making assignments for us, and we all are also cooperating and trying our best to give the output.
During online classes, I don't have any time bondage. I'm able to complete my work properly and learn the topics by myself. Like, I have got very much time for my self-study.
I have started to adapt to the online teaching methods. It has replicated the conditions of a physical class almost perfectly, and it has also made the interaction between a student and a teacher active. Online classes will be a great source for our education and learning.
Though we are missing the company of our friends, but online classes are very helpful for solving our doubts, interacting with teachers. It is flexible for students.
Swayam is India's own and world's largest online free e-learning platform. The portal is designed to achieve access, equity and quality education. The platform facilitates hosting of all the courses taught in classrooms from 9th till post-graduation to be accessed by anyone, anywhere, at any time. All the courses are interactive, prepared by the best teachers in the country and are available free of cost to any learner. About 3,000 courses have been provided online on Swayam platform, which is benefiting lakhs of students, including those in far-flung areas. About 1,57 lakh students have registered for different courses on Swayam. This platform also has courses for teachers. Registrations were mandatory earlier for learning via Swayam portal, but to encourage online education during the lockdown, the government had made it non-mandatory. Now let's move to the Diksha program, under which 80,000 e-books are available for class 12, prepared by the NCERT, CBSE and State Education Board. E-content is also available by just scanning the QR code. The Diksha app can be downloaded from iOS or Google Play Store or from the website diksha.gov.in. NCERT's ePathshala web portal has over 1,800 audio, 2,000 videos, and about 700 ebooks available for classes 1st to 12th in multiple languages. The app can be downloaded from website epathshala.nic.in or from epathshala.gov.in. Now let's move to the National Repository of Open Educational Resources, which houses a wide range of educational content and resources covering all subjects and grades for school students, teachers and other stakeholders. The portal currently has over 19,000 files, which includes 698 compilations, 5,926 documents, 2,716 audio, 2,583 pictures, and about 6,390 videos. All the material is available on nroer.gov.in. Next is the National Digital Library, which has educational material available for users ranging from primary to postgraduate levels. About 4.3 crore e-content is available in over 300 languages, which are explained via interesting audio, video, simulations or graphics. The digital library has more than 55 lakh registered users. Swayamprabha is a group of 32 DTH channels devoted to telecasting high-quality educational programs on 24/7 basis. Curriculum-based course contents at postgraduate and undergraduate levels, covering diverse disciplines such as arts, science, commerce, performing arts, social sciences and humanities. Engineering, technology, law, medicine, agriculture and more are also covered. Over 56,000 videos have been telecast via Swayamprabha channels and over 3 crore people have watched these videos on YouTube. Besides this, over 5 lakh students have downloaded IGNOU's eGyan Kosh and eContent mobile app, which has about 27,000 available courses. For helping students preparing for JEE mains or NEET entrance examinations, the National Testing Agency has launched National Testing Abhyas app, and more than 14 lakh students have downloaded the app already. Students preparing for these entrances have given more than 40 lakh mock tests using these apps. The app is available in Hindi and English languages. NCERT has also launched an alternative educational calendar so that in the new normal of online and digital education, the learning outcome of students does not get affected. The alternative calendar also provides guidelines for the use of technological tools for learning in fulfilled ways, which can be used by learner, parents, and teachers. The calendar has also taken into account varying levels of access to tools such as mobile phones, radio, television, SMS, and various social media platforms, and also for students with special needs.
अभी प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रहा है जी, हमारा जो बच्चे हैं सबका पास इवन लैपटॉप नहीं है, इंटरनेट फैसिलिटी नहीं है, एंड कुछ वो लोग के पास सिंपल मोबाइल है. हम जो इवन अल्टरनेटिव कैलेंडर में हम सजेस्ट किया, बाय यूजिंग सिंपल मोबाइल, पेरेंट्स कैन कॉल टीचर कैन कॉल पेरेंट्स, एंड पेरेंट्स टीचर कैन सेंड सम SMS ऑल्सो, एंड जस्ट दे कैन गाइड देम. और ये फैसिलिटी जिसके पास नहीं है, हम ये भी सोच रहे हैं, हमारा पास जो टीवी चैनल है स्वयं प्रभा किशोर मंच है, हम अभी उसमें क्या करते हैं, हमारा अल्टरनेटिव कैलेंडर को लेके हम अभी पूरा प्राइमरी, अपर प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और हायर सेकेंडरी के लिए हम पूरा एवरी डे हम लाइव इंटरेक्शन करते हैं. वो लाइव इंटरेक्शन किसके लिए, बच्चे भी सीखेंगे, पेरेंट्स भी रहेंगे, टीचर्स भी रहेंगे. इसमें हम जो गाइडलाइन दिया है अल्टरनेटिव कैलेंडर में, वो गाइडलाइन के बारे में हम डिस्कशन करते हैं, कैसे एक्टिविटीज़ करेंगे, घर पे जो मटेरियल यूज है. और इसमें क्या होगा, जिसका पास बेसिक फैसिलिटी नहीं है वो सीख सकते हैं. वी कैन रीच एवरीबॉडी.
So as we have seen, Swayam, Diksha, ePathshala and such platforms are enabling e-learning in various modes. The government is also exploring more in the field to make it more integrated and reach out to students in far-flung areas. So let's see what's more. In the last few years, enormous amounts of educational e-content has been generated, which is available on platforms like Diksha, Swayam, Virtual Lab, ePathshala and National Digital Library. But there are still such students in the country who don't have access to digital means, and to bring all the e-resources on one platform, another initiative, PM eVidya, will be started by the government, which will provide multi-mode access to education through digital online and on-air platforms. This initiative aims to benefit 25 crore school-going children across the country. A dedicated TV channel for each class is also being planned under One Class, One Channel program. E-education resources are also being created in 8 regional languages. Besides this, learning material in digitally accessible information system and sign language is being created for the specially able students.
प्रधानमंत्री ई विद्या के तहत वन नेशन वन प्लेटफॉर्म और वन क्लास वन चैनल अवधारणा के तहत सभी छात्रों एवं दिव्यांगजनों का ऑनलाइन पाठ्यक्रम उपलब्ध कराने का सुनिश्चितता की जा रही है. शिक्षा और उच्च शिक्षा के अंतर्गत 100 से भी अधिक विश्वविद्यालयों में ऑनलाइन पाठ्यक्रम शुरू किया जा रहा है. विद्यार्थियों, शिक्षकों और परिवार को मनोवैज्ञानिक सहयोग प्रदान करने के लिए शिक्षा मंत्रालय द्वारा मनोदर्पण पहल शुरू की गई है. एक हेल्पलाइन के माध्यम से सभी को मनोवैज्ञानिक सलाह दी जा रही है.
Reaching out to students, Doordarshan and All India Radio is broadcasting virtual classes and educational content through their regional channels on TV, radio and YouTube. Several students are benefiting from it. Here's more. Since 20th April, DD Bihar has been broadcasting Mera Doordarshan, Mera Vidyalay program. The regional channel is broadcasting a 60-minute educational content daily, which is benefiting around 30 lakh students. Amidst the pandemic, when all educational institutions are shut, India's national broadcaster Doordarshan has come forward to help students continue their learning.
उसमें बोर नहीं फील होता है, रोचक कहानियाँ सुनाया जाता है और फिर और सबसे विशेष बात कि उसमें क्यूज पूछा जाता है और उससे मानसिक विकास होता है.
तो पढ़ने में बहुत मन लगता है,
बहुत मज़ा आता है और हम लोग को रोज़ मतलब एक दूसरे दिन का इंतजार रहता है कि हम लोग कब दिन अथी हो हम लोग का स्टार्ट हो।
Not only Doordarshan, but all India radios, several regional channels are transmitting educational content in regional languages. In collaboration with state governments and other government organizations, All India Radio TV and radio is airing virtual classes on YouTube. These virtual classes are helping students preparing for medical and engineering entrances as well. To keep learning interesting, apart from course books, virtual classes in few states include quiz shows and storytelling by eminent personalities. 23 All India radio stations are broadcasting these virtual classes. On an average, DD channel is airing 2.5 hours of educational content daily, and All India Radio is broadcasting 30 minutes of educational content on a daily basis. So while there's a distinctive rise in online education, there are guidelines that have been issued that provide a roadmap for enhancing the quality of education through online education. There's also a very important recommended cap in screen time for students. On one hand, where learning is being imparted on online platforms, on the other hand, constantly sitting in front of the screen for online classes has drastically increased screen time, which is a major concern, as this might impact mental and physical health of the students. In view of this, NCERT has released guidelines for online education. These guidelines for school heads and teachers describe the need assessment, planning and steps to implement digital education while ensuring cyber safety and privacy measures. In the guideline called Pragyata, the recommended screen time for pre-primary on a given day for interacting with parents and guiding them should not be more than 30 minutes. Classes 1 to 12 are recommended to adopt the alternative academic calendar of NCERT at ncert.nic.in. For classes 1 to 8, online synchronous learning may be undertaken for not more than 2 sessions of 30 to 45 minutes each on the days the states decide to have online classes for primary sections. For classes 9 to 12, online synchronous learning may be undertaken for not more than 4 sessions of 30 to 45 minutes each on the days as decided by the states.
हम नहीं चाहते कि बच्चे सुबह से जो स्कूल आवर है 9 से 3 बजे तक कि 2 बजे तक कि 4 बजे तक जो टाइमिंग है स्कूल का वो पूरा स्क्रीन का सामने बैठना ठीक नहीं है, क्योंकि ये जो बच्चे लोग का मेंटल हेल्थ को अफेक्ट करता है. हम क्या सजेस्ट करते हैं? हम सजेस्ट करते हैं स्क्रीन में हम वी कैन क्रिएट ए लर्निंग सिचुएशन. हम एक वीडियो दिखा सकते हैं, एक एक्सपेरिमेंट दिखा सकते हैं, एक रोल प्ले भी कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली हम क्या चाहते हैं ना, आवर चिल्ड्रन शुड ऑब्जर्व एंड दे शुड थिंक एंड दे शुड एनालाइज एंड दे शुड फॉर्मुलेट हाइपोथेसिस एंड दे शुड कम टू सम कंक्लूजन. इसमें क्या होना, इनका इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम डेवलप करेगा. हम वो चाहते हैं. हम नहीं चाहते कि बच्चे इसको हम सिलेबस कवर कर देंगे और सिलेबस में जो टेक्स्ट बुक जो है इसको मेमोराइज करके रिप्रोड्यूस कर दे, वो हम नहीं चाहते. हम चाहते हैं कि लेट आवर चिल्ड्रन एक्सप्लोर एंड एनालाइज द थिंग्स and they should come out with some solution that will make them more innovative, more creative, or that will help them to develop their critical thinking and problem solving ability. वो हम चाहते हैं. इसीलिए हम जो ऑनलाइन का बात हो रहा है, ऑनलाइन में हम दे सकते हैं, हम कुछ प्रॉब्लम दे सकते हैं, लेकिन we should give sufficient time to our children to solve it, and every time they should not sit before the screen. and situation हम दे सकते हैं and उनको बता सकते हैं कि खुद करो.
It also outlines the support to be provided to students with special needs. Main emphasis is on balanced online and offline activities, keeping the screen time as an essential parameter in accordance with the level of students. For parents, the guideline helps to understand the need for physical, mental health and well-being, along with the cyber safety measures for children at home. Guidelines for physical health and mental wellness is stressed across the guidelines for all stakeholders so that children do not get overly stretched or stressed or get affected negatively owing to prolonged use of digital devices. The recently announced National Education Policy 2020 explores prospects and lays out different areas of improvement in online education. It also stresses on fulfilling the digital gap, teachers training, and also on content creation. Here's more. The recently announced National Education Policy 2020 has laid emphasis on online and digital education. Stress has been given to enhance digital platforms and ICT-based initiatives to impart quality education. The National Education Policy mentions that it is not possible to take full advantage to digital education or online education without fulfilling the digital gap. In view of this, the new education policy mentions the inclusive use of technology for online learning so that no student is left behind. Along with it, teachers' training has also been emphasized upon because it is not necessary that a teacher who teaches well in classroom is as good for online teaching. New circumstances and realities require new initiatives. The recent pandemic necessitates that we are ready with alternative modes of quality education whenever and wherever traditional and in-person modes of education are not possible. In this regard, the National Education Policy 2020 recognizes the importance of leveraging the advantages of technology while acknowledging its potential risks and dangers. However, the benefits of online and digital education cannot be leveraged unless the digital divide is eliminated through concerted efforts, such as the Digital India campaign and the availability of affordable computing devices. It is important that the use of technology for online and digital education adequately addresses concerns of equity. The National Education Policy lays emphasis on online education for pilot studies in online education. Appropriate agencies will be identified to conduct a series of pilot studies in parallel to evaluate the benefits of integrating education with online education while mitigating the downsides. Results of these pilot studies will be publicly communicated and used for continuous improvement. In the digital infrastructure sector, the need to invest in creation of open, interoperable, evolvable public digital infrastructure in the education sector that can be used by multiple platforms and point solutions to solve for India's scale, diversity, complexity and device penetration. Appropriate existing e-learning platforms such as Swayam, Diksha will be extended to provide teachers with a structured, user-friendly, rich set of assistive tools for monitoring progress of learners. Digital repository of content including creation of coursework, learning games and simulations, augmented reality and virtual reality will be developed with a clear public system for ratings by users on effectiveness and quality. The next important thing is addressing the digital divide. Given the fact that there still persists a substantial section of population whose digital access is highly limited, the existing mass media such as television, radio and community radio will be extensively used for telecast and broadcasts. Existing e-learning platforms such as Diksha, Swayam and Swayam Prabha will also be leveraged for creating virtual labs so that all students have equal access to quality practical and hands-on experiment-based learning experiences. Teachers will undergo rigorous training on how to become high-quality online content creators themselves using online teaching platforms and tools. Different effective models of blended learning will be identified for appropriate replication for different subjects. As research on online and digital education emerges, NETF and other appropriate bodies shall set up standards of content and technology for online digital teaching and learning. So that was all about the new normal of learning, and that is online education. While the change is new, there's still a long way to go, but the change seems here to stay. That's all from me in this edition of our special program. Namaskar.